What's up? How's it going, guys? It's Matt here coming at you with another video. So, revolvers for concealed carry. Archaic and obsolete or not? Alright guys, so here it is. So if you go online and you take a look at any videos people post anything about revolvers and how much they love revolvers or whatnot, just look at some of the comments below them. I mean, some people get just straight up nasty when it comes to it and just almost degrading when it comes to revolvers. People honestly, guys, think that these guys are so obsolete that they shouldn't even be out there anymore, and that anyone that carries it is a fool or idiot, and they're underpowered and too small and they don't have enough ammo, and they're just not right, and you shouldn't be carrying them for concealed carry, because we all know in order to be a civilian operator you need one of these, right? You need a full-fledged semi-automatic with 15 plus rounds in order to put rounds down on target, because you might have multiple attackers and terrorists and all this other stuff, and you're going to need everything you got against rifles, right? Is that very realistic, guys? Or do you think this is just fine for your average everyday American? I mean, me personally, I think this is just fine, that's my personal view. Some people, some people say differently. I understand the arguments between semi-automatic and revolver. I understand everything about it. I mean, this is my at-night home defense pistol. My shotgun's my main too, but this is if someone breaks in my house, this is my go-to defensive pistol. But a lot of times I love carrying my revolvers. I love shooting it at the range. When I'm wearing lighter clothing, it's great, easy to conceal, easy to hold, and I'm just as good as this as I am with those. But a lot of people will constantly say this or just preach that the only way to go is semi-auto, 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 It's just not the case, guys. It just really isn't. I mean, yeah, like I said, I understand a lot of the valid points that people have to it. You have a lot more of capacity when it comes to ammunition that you're using. Yes, there's a huge variety of semi-automatics that you get. They shoot faster, they conceal just fine, and some people even say they're more reliable. And guys, that just honestly isn't that case. A lot of people can complain and say it below. Go ahead, guys. Feel free. It's your opinion. My opinion is mine. Guys, these just aren't. I mean, they're reliable. Don't get me wrong. They're pretty damn reliable. But how many times I've had this is my oldest gun. I've had this for I don't know how long. This is my Smith & Wesson M&P 40, right? My M&P 40 here. I've had this. This is a Generation 1. When M&Ps came out, I traded my Glock 22 for this. I don't even remember the date that they came out, but I've had this that long. I mean, that's how much I love this pistol. I love the trigger. I love everything. A lot of people complain about the M&P trigger. I'll actually do a full review on my M&P 40 for you guys. I know some of you guys probably want to see that. But, guys, I love this pistol. I absolutely love it. But I love this too. I absolutely love it. I'm what you would call a gun caliber neutral guy. I love all guns, guys. I love pistols, I love revolvers, I love rifles, I love shotguns, I like them all. They all have a purpose. A lot of people will say, yeah, that's true, but you could probably shoot it pretty good, and they have some good calibers with revolvers, but you need this because you have more ammunition, and it's easier to change a magazine, and it's simply easy to clear when something comes up, and there's more reliable, and they'll work better in a firefight. Guys, your average civilian firefight for your average everyday American is between 3 to 6 rounds, guys. Between 3 to 6 rounds. It's very fast. It's over quickly. Now, a lot of you guys keep forgetting to mention this one kind of important part for these firefights or these scuffles, or whatever you want to call them. Whoever gets rounds on target the quickest usually ends the fight, all right? Now, that's a big deal, all right? A lot of people preach of the semi-automatic. There's a lot of teachers out there that are all about fundamentals in it, but there's a lot of schools that do the same thing. You watch people on YouTube and stuff like that too. It's about getting as many targets on the person as you possibly can, as quickly as you can. That's just not the case, guys. I mean, I understand what they're talking about, but I remember this one story in New York. I don't remember how this is a few years back. There was a guy. I don't remember exactly what he was trying to rob, but basically he had a gun and he had a stovepipe malfunction on it. But he was running away and the cops engaged him. And this guy had a visual stovepipe malfunction on his semi-automatic, and there was a ton of cops. I don't even remember how many cops. They opened fire on this guy. I don't even remember the amount of rounds. It was like a ridiculous amount of rounds that were fired at this guy. Only one stopped him. And there was like 5 or 6 civilians that got injured. But a lot of times when it comes to police officers, guys, they only take out their pistol once a year for qualification. Some of them, don't get me wrong, there are some that are just amazing shooters, they're competitors, and they take their time, they take their profession very seriously. But some are just as average as good shooters as you and me. I mean, some don't shoot until it's qualification. There's a lot of people that'll go for instruction prior to qualification. They're police officers just because they want to pass, because they don't know if they'll be able to anymore. You know. So anyway, what I'm getting at, guys, is yeah, having a lot of ammunition in the back of, in a magazine is great. It's absolutely great. It's a great security to know that you have that extra ammunition. You have a second mag. When I carry my revolver, this is only a five shot revolver. I usually carry 2 speed loaders. All right, so I know how to use them quickly and I know how to load them properly, and I practice them daily with dry fire and snap caps. But a lot of people are missing the entire point that when these fights do happen, they are over very quickly, and the skill of the civilian behind the pistol is usually what determines the outcome. All right, so there's a lot of people in this country that aren't a big fan of semi-automatics. Some people actually have a hard time with them. I know this for a fact. I took my wife out to the range. I have several guns in the house. I want her to get familiar with them. She was doing fine with the shooting, but she had a hard time racking it back. All right, so it's cleared. She had a hard time racking it back. She just didn't have the grip strength, and she didn't have the technique. And me, I've been doing these for years, so I know how to do it. But some civilians, they just honestly don't know how to do that. However, guys, revolvers, they are not complex machines, guys. Especially when it comes to pistols, they are not complex machines. They are put together very well. Even a Taurus, this one is put together very well. It is very easy to use. You don't have all kinds of buttons and switches and levers and everything else to manipulate. All a new shooter has to do is know how to have a good sight picture, know how to use trigger control, know how to breathe properly, and know how to do follow through. And they can put rounds on target very easily, guys, with these. So yes, semi-automatics are great, guys, but for some people, especially people that just can't, have a hard time manipulating slides, and people that are worried about, well, what happens if a malfunction comes? Will I be able to tap and rack? You can't do that revolver. Will I be able to tap and rack and clear the malfunction, or am I going to have more issues and it'll be too late? Whereas this, all they have to do, if a bullet doesn't go bang, is they pull the trigger again. And if a bullet doesn't go bang again, then you clear the cylinder and reload. Then you hit the bang button again. Right. There you have it, guys. That is my thoughts on concealed carry with a revolver. They are not obsolete at all, guys. They are great pistols. They will get the job done. Alright, so if you like this video, like, share, subscribe. Alright, guys, remember, it's our responsibility to take care of each other and protect each other. Peace.